Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. As you can see, I have my HTVRONT auto tumbler press right here. And even though I made a video a few weeks ago, maybe a month now, about how to use this tumbler press, I got some really strange questions. I would even go so far as to say accusations in the comments on that video. I did find it quite strange. I think that those are people who don't really watch my tutorials on a regular basis, because one of the things that I've always said is that perfection is overrated. So I never hide from my mistakes, and I won't do it today. So what I'm going to do is use this design right here, and I'm going to sublimate it on a 20-ounce tumbler. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's get started. The materials that I'm using for this project include this 20-ounce skinny tumbler. I'm going to use my cup cradle if I need it. It's PYD Life brand. I'll use Cricut heat resistant tape. It's in my cute little hedgehog tape dispenser. My little finger knife right here that I like to use when I'm cutting paper. I'll use my clear Cricut ruler, my self-healing mat, the HTVRONT auto tumbler press, and this image that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica. So now what I'm going to do is cut off the white spaces from the image. The first thing I'm going to do with my printed image is use my clear ruler and that finger knife, and I'm just going to cut away all of the white space that's on the paper. I'm going to make sure that no white space is left from all of the edges. Now I'm going to use the cup cradle for craft. It is the PYD Life brand, but I like to use it as an extra pair of hands to help me when I'm securing the tape to the tumbler. I don't know if you could tell, but the little rubber piece that goes on the bottom of the tumbler is still inside, but I'll make sure to remove that before I start the sublimation process. I have decided to use the same settings that I used the very first time. There's the rubber piece that just fell out. I am still using 3 pieces of tape. I'm going to wrap the butcher paper around without taping it, and I am going to sublimate this on 370 degrees for 165 seconds. Okay, you can see the steam. I'm putting on my gloves, and I am going to carefully remove it from the tumbler press. You can see all of that steam, and I am very impatient, so I'm not going to wait at all. So far, it looks really good at the top, so I was quite impressed. But once I got to the bottom, I did notice ghosting. So I think it looks good for the most part. I do see ghosting though in 2 spots at the bottom. The top looks perfect, but I'm going to try it again. Well, I'm going to try it one more time. I just got a brand new box of tumblers, and I'm going to try it again. I'm going to tape this baby up like it's never been taped before. I'm using a strategy that I saw on Making with Marilyn's channel, and I'm just going to add a lot of tape. I'm going to add tape in places that don't even need tape. So let's do that. Here I am with the printed image again and cutting off the white edges. Now I am taping the sublimated image to the tumbler. I am adding tape in every direction. I tried to follow Marilyn's steps, but I just started adding tape in random places. All right, I have my tumbler completely taped. I have never used this much tape in my entire sublimation life, ever. I've never used this much tape. So we'll see how this goes. I have tape all the way at the top and the bottom on the inside. I don't see any gaps anywhere. I don't see any gaps at the bottom. I pulled it really tight. I am going to sublimate this on 390 degrees for 70 seconds on one side, and then I'll rotate it 180 degrees and sublimate it again for 70 seconds, and we'll see how that goes. We'll take this out, and I'm going to stand it up. You see a lot of smoke. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. I'm going to power this off, and we will let it cool down for, let's say 30 seconds. Just give it a chance to cool down a little bit. I'm going to be honest and say that if this worked and I don't have any ghosting, that's great. Also going to be honest and say if I have to use this much tape every time, this might not be my go-to tumbler press. Look at this. The top is perfect. There's no ghosting at all. Look at that. None. Wow. None. No ghosting at all. It's perfect. Wow. Let's look at it very closely. There is no ghosting. It's as perfect as it's perfect. There's the back seam right there. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. So the key to using this tumbler press with a full 20-ounce tumbler is lots and lots of tape, okay? Because that's the way to get a perfect seam. So if you're struggling with yours and you're wondering, like, should you return it or what should you do? My suggestion is, number one, go check out Making with Marilyn, because she did a video where she demonstrated her taping process. So I just used kind of her same process, but my way. And yeah. This is the result of using a lot of tape. I've never used that much tape before, and I don't love to do that. But if that is what is going to get a perfect tumbler, then that's what I suggest you do. Okay, so if you have found this tutorial helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, read my lips. Perfection is overrated. If you are into crafting, you might make a mistake. You might make more than one mistake, and it's okay. Even the most experienced crafters make mistakes, and guess what? They keep crafting. Look at this. It's the most wonderful time of the year. But look, that was not intentional. Trust me, it was not intentional. I had to redo it. I didn't quit. I had to redo it. That required what? More paper, more ink, more what? More time. Do we have time? No, but I made time. Okay, so if you make a mistake, you will be learning along the way. Sometimes it's going to be frustrating. Don't quit. Don't give up. Keep going. Perfection is overrated.